This presentation is made to you by me, Pa, her, and my partner Alyssa Bauman. Here we will talk about the fall of independent pharmacies. Here's a little bit of overview. We're going to give you a little bit of background about community pharmacies. It has two types of community pharmacies, which is independent and chain. We will also then analyze the financial, social, and economical impact of both pharmacies, which goes down to services offered, customer satisfaction, political benefits, numbers of pharmacies, and technology. And then we will end it by giving you guys a few recommendations that we thought of, which is reimbursement period, radius between pharmacies, and State Board of Pharmacies overlooked on job markets. What is a community pharmacy? It is a healthcare facility that provides pharmacy services to a specific community. It is usually found in the center of neighborhoods and in supermarkets. The role of a community pharmacy consists of processing prescriptions, collect and integrate information on patient drug histories, monitoring of drug utilizations, and responding to questions and concerns that patients may have. The two types of community pharmacies are chain and independent. Chain pharmacy is corporately owned, and they usually have a high volume of customers. Pharmacists spend about 69% of the time dispensing prescriptions and counseling with patients. They also offer a few patient services, including patient counseling, compounding, and dispensing, along with business management. The other type would be independent pharmacy. This one, they are independently owned and not affiliated with any chains or clinics. There is a low volume numbers of customers, and they offer a wide range of patient services, which can specialize in a certain area. A few examples are nutrition, delivery, charge accounts, compounding, and hospice. And we need to go and talk about social benefits. Customer satisfaction is tied to the numbers of customers the pharmacy serves. The higher the volume, the lesser time the pharmacist can provide one-on-one time, which leads to a lower satisfaction rate from the public if you are dealing with a high volume of customers, just like the chain. And we have found that according to a consumer report poll, patients have reported a 94% satisfaction rating for independent pharmacies. This poll was conducted based on pharmacist knowledge regarding drugs, accuracy, speed, personal service, and helpfulness. And unlike the independent pharmacies, chain pharmacies have a lower satisfaction rate due to their not having enough time to actually dive in to really research and help out and provide that one-on-one time with the patients. Patients have complained that they have received the wrong medications and have left many times speaking with technicians rather than actual pharmacists. Some political benefits would be the Affordable Care Act. Pharmacists can now act as providers of the medication therapy monitoring to eligible Medicare Part D recipients. They are also now more involved in the healthcare practice with other health professionals. And the Affordable Care Act started in 2013, January 1st. Another benefit of that would be the 3 billing codes that pharmacists can use now to provide those 3 services to get reimbursed. Not only does the pharmacy get benefits from this act, patients do also, especially if they are Medicare Part D recipients. They're now able to get a type of discount during their coverage gap when they're in the donut hole. Pharmaceutical industry is a money-making business, as we all know, and each year patients spend over millions of dollars for their prescriptions. According to an article in 2015, independent pharmacy prescriptions revenue about $75.3 billion, and then Walgreens about $49 billion, CVS about $45.6 billion. The top 50 chain store prescription sales totaled about $222.149 billion in 2014. The fall of independent pharmacies and numbers. Pharmacy industry has been exponentially expanding over the past 20 years. This expansion has greatly noticed within the community numbers. There were an estimated about 24,861 independent community pharmacies in the year 2000. In 2014, you do see a slight decrease in it. It goes down to 22,814 for independent, and then chain pharmacies was 21,394. Supermarket drugstores was 8,301 and 8,330 for mass merchants. New chain pharmacies locations are popping up monthly, and they are also buying over independent pharmacies. An independent pharmacy may only have been the only pharmacy in the vicinity for decades, but that is not the case anymore. Just to give you a visual, this picture just shows the numbers of different pharmacies in each state from the NCPA 2009. Other factors that leads to a decline in the independent pharmacies are locations, hours and availability, and technology. Prescription programs and patient programs such as the SQ1 and Epic is one of the advantages that the chain pharmacy has. Since they have more revenue, they could get those services. And also advertisement is one that chain pharmacies have an advantage on due to their revenue. A few recommendations that we thought of was by shortening Medicare's reimbursement program for pharmacies that would help relieve the financial strain on independent pharmacies, since they have to rely on their own money when they're waiting for the reimbursement. The reimbursement period is usually quite long, so by shortening that reimbursement time, it would help the pharmacy be able to utilize that cash that they have for other appropriate needs. Another recommendation that we thought of was to exclude pharmacies within 10-mile radius of an independent pharmacies. This would help lower the competition rates for that pharmacy and help stabilize the pharmacy's customers and make sure that they still have their customers. The last recommendation that we thought of was the State Board of Pharmacies to conduct research on current job markets to ensure enough jobs for graduates and to help maintain, that way it would help maintain the thresholds of pharmacies within that location. And then the next page is just our references.